I'm David Robertson, and this is another blacksmithing video from artistblacksmith.com. This highlights my recent trip to Quadstate, Ohio's Blacksmith Roundup. And one of the highlights of this convention was watching Daryl Markowitz create iron from iron ore. He uses an ancient smelting technique to take the iron ore from essentially a crumbled dirt and have it coalesce into a solid bloom. At this point in the video, you can see they're splitting the bloom. This is after a day's work of the processing in the smelter, and they're using an axe as a hot cut to slice through the bloom. And you can see the two fellows working the sledgehammer at the same time. Daryl Markowitz is the fellow holding the large tongs at the right hand side, and he's been doing a number of ongoing experiments with smelting. Daryl was one of the demonstrators at Quadstate, and his 2-day demonstration included building the smelter and then the smelt itself, which occurred on the Saturday. And he went through all the steps in setting up your own backyard smelter. It's quite fascinating. It helped me understand the process much better, although I'm primarily interested in working the steel as opposed to getting the steel to work. This was a fascinating demonstration all along. There he's just split the piece in half. They return it to the smelter. The smelter is the stack at the right hand side of the image, and that they use as a forge to take the pieces up to temperature. Quadstate is the place to find blacksmithing tools. Here you see two different air hammers of the large variety. They were on a flatbed trailer at Quadstate this year. Phil Cox was demonstrating the use of power hammers. He had 3 different ones set up: a little giant, which he's pointing to in this picture. He had the air hammer at the right hand side, that's a Hindler, and then a home-built air hammer on the left hand side. And he was showing different toolings and how to set the hammers up for optimum performance. It was a very informative lecture. Unfortunately, I didn't get any video of him. Inside the registration building, we had sellers of books, and Centaur Forge was there, knife making supplies, Pi Tool Company, Abana, and Big Blue even had a demonstration area, not of their air hammers, it was on video. It was well set up and lots of things to choose from. We weren't limited just by inside tool sales as well. There were thousands and thousands of tools outside. Everything from soup to nuts. It's one of my favorite places to attend. If you can at all make it next year, I strongly recommend it. Another of the demonstrators that I know is Rob Martin, and he was demonstrating armor making. He's one of the best and most creative armor makers I've seen doing actual sculptural work with the pieces. He's making a breastplate here, and you can see more of his work at his site. Lorelei Sims was on hand to help the beginners with some of their projects, and she was also promoting her new book, Backyard Blacksmith. I've looked through the book. It's an excellent book, and if you are a beginner, I do recommend that you pick it up. Glenn Hoare was on hand demonstrating his use of small handheld air hammers and air chisels for primary forging and texturing on the steel. It was quite an interesting demonstration for this underutilized tool in our shops. Cost effective and easy to use and easy to tool up. One of the highlights for me each year at Quadstate is the gallery. All through the year, the Smiths work on different projects that they take and they bring and they display in the gallery. And there's a phenomenal level of work here, right from basic beginner up to incredibly advanced technical pieces. Some of it's historically accurate, some of it's very modern, some of it's architectural in nature, some of it's just purely decorative. These photos just give you the broadest look at what was at the gallery this year. There's far too much for me to put into this video. All the photos have an interesting aspect to them, and they range in pieces from knife making to sculptural. Thank you for viewing my video on Quadstate 2008. For more information on blacksmithing, please see my website artistblacksmith.com. While there, you can sign up for a free monthly newsletter on tips and techniques with blacksmithing. Thanks again, and we'll talk to you in a month.